We all know which game I'm going to talk about, and you've probably heard enough about it already since it took the gaming world and, dare I say, the nerdier corners of the internet by storm, which was exceptionally validating to me as someone who has been on the Baldur's Gate 3 hype train since it was announced.
Game of the Year for 2023.
Yeah, we hope so. F***ing go.
Game of the Year 2023 Baldur's Gate 3 launches this week.
I mean, if this doesn't get Game of the Year, I will eat my hat in everyone else's hat.
Ye of little faith. It's Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay.
100%.
Tears of the Kingdom can suck it.
After playing Larian's previous ISO RPG, Divinity Original Sin 2, I discovered that special brand of deeply nerdy, wonderfully comedic, and impossibly in-depth game design that this studio was capable of. Taking that craft and applying it to the D&D universe, I knew Baldur's Gate 3 was going to be nothing short of spectacular. The thing is, I don't even care about Game of the Year. It's a dumb award. But only a handful of friends I knew had experienced the joy of Div 2, and this, being attached to D&D, it had the chance of capturing a broader audience. So players would see just how much wonder and detail and good old-fashioned adventure role-playing with your friends this game would likely offer.
What did you think was going to happen? You'd develop a taste for it?
Yes. And what followed was beyond anyone's expectations of mere enthusiasm. It was all-out mass hysteria, madness, passionate, and occasionally very horny Baldur's Gate 3 fever.
Drink it in. That sweet, sweet chaos.
Larian managed to take everything that is creative, spontaneous, clever, and quirky, and delightfully unexpected about Dungeons & Dragons,
The evidence speaks for itself.
and craft a video game that allows for a seemingly infinite number of outcomes for just about every step you take. Outcomes that vary based not only on your actions and dialogue choices, but your race and class, who you have in your party and how they react to your actions, how much information you glean from them, the sequence in which events occur, the way you try to creatively solve problems or just blunder your way through them, usually to comedic effect.
I was right there! Gods!
I loved playing a bard and being so charismatic I could talk my way out of anything, insulting my way through battles. Hell, I brought a flute to every knife fight. The writing is layered and laced with humor at every point. There is always something to be learned from the environment, or by speaking to animals,
But it's exceedingly rare to come by.
or with the dead.
Beggar. Vagrant.
In a party of NPCs, each one has a meaningful and unique story arc to explore, with beautifully captured performances.
It was mine. They took it.
With a party of unique characters or tabs made up of your buddies, you have the joy of corralling all of your individual chaotic impulses as you make your way, curiously clicking and asking, I wonder if this'll work. There were some nights we barely made any progress at all because we just loved being in this world. Often, that was enough. Some of my favorite moments were just the group of us hanging out, happy to just have the party together and performing songs to enthusiastic crowds. But truly what this game did and why it was such a roaring success was it shone a light on the gaming community and nerd culture in all of its wonderful weirdness. It celebrated our uniqueness, our choices, and the freedom to express ourselves in ways we might not otherwise have felt brave enough to in the real world. Baldur's Gate 3 became the ultimate safe space. But I think Neil Newbon sums it up best in his acceptance speech at the Game Awards this year.
The community was seen and they were represented by this game when they lost hope, they felt isolated, they felt alone, and this game brought them together and gave them something to push through to help them all. And to you, I want to say thank you so much for seeing us. I appreciate it.
Clearly, the game's fans are a loving reflection of its makers, because Larian's passion for crafting something as true to the Dungeons & Dragons experience as possible was uncompromising. It's hard to imagine how they could have made it any better. It's not just my game of the year for 2023, it's the best game I've ever played.
The hand that feeds is the hand that's loved. It'll never leave your side now. I stand corrected.